You're all my children now. Herr Kruger is in the house. I always think it's funny, you know, that Wes Craven named the villain Frederick Kruger. Very Germanic, and I remember him telling me once it was his kiss, his homage, his salute to the Brothers Grimm and to the dark, great German fairy tales, which in America, you know, have been Disney-fied, softened up, but they're actually the source of a lot of great horror. You know, you think of Hansel and Gretel. There was a German famine, like there was an Irish famine, and it was a cautionary tale to the children not to waste food, because food was very scarce, and if you do, we will make you leave home. And what happens when you're starving? You hallucinate. And what would I hallucinate if I was a little child? A house made of cookies and cake. It's really scary stuff. So I'm going to tell you about a couple of new projects I have. I have one I'm not allowed to talk about, but I'll just say for anybody out there that's a gamer, I'm part of a great new gamer project, which will be out soon from Warner Brothers. But I just finished a movie 10 days ago, 12 days ago. I just came from Winnipeg, Canada. They're still having winter, 3 feet of snow. But I star in a new movie called Midnight Man with Lynn Shay, the wonderful Lynn Shay. She worked with me in 2001 Maniacs, and she's the star of the Insidious franchise. And Lynn's great in this movie. And it's the subset of horror. It's the horror movie about the game you should never play. And Lynn and I played it back in the 1950s when we were little children. And now we're the older adults that have to help the new kids to discover the box in the attic. So look forward to that, probably February 2017. And now I have a movie coming out in May on DVD here in Germany. And I think in translation, I think the German title is The Last Cut, like Final Cut. In London, it was called The Last Showing, which means the last screening at a movie theater. And I play the old projectionist who gets fired, and I have my revenge. And it's really good. I'm really proud of it. Check it out. Some of the best work I've done in years. And Finn Jones, the actor Finn Jones from Game of Thrones, stars with me in that. He's really good. And then I just finished a movie here in Europe in December called Night World, and I play kind of a contemporary Von Helsing, and I have to sort of guard a portal into a kind of netherworld, a kind of purgatory. It's an interesting film. We shot it in Sofia, Bulgaria. But that's about all I have to pimp. To brag about, but I'd love you all to just ask me any questions you have. I'm here to answer anything that you want to know, so let the Q&A begin. Anybody have any questions? No? Well, let's go. Yeah.
I'm not sure about the name of the movie, but you're doing this kind of Expendables thing, but for more horror stuff?
No.
That's the one you did.
Death House, right? Death House.
Right.
This is why you have to be so careful on the internet. I have a television series that I did with Lou Gossett. They won't put it on IMDb, International Movie Database, which is actually the best source. But they put on, producers will put a movie out that they may have talked to me about or talked to my agent about once. And they'll say I'm going to be in it. And this is, I never got a script, and I heard they're already shooting that movie. I love the idea, and I have friends in that movie. I'd love to go work with Doug Bradley, Pinhead. I think
Kane Hodder is in it, Tony Todd.
I just saw Kane. Kane said they're starting to shoot. I don't know if Kane started to shoot yet, though. I think it's a great idea, and they've been talking about getting us all together. One idea was that we would all be at a convention like this, and there would be some really valuable piece of movie history at the convention. The original lightsaber, something really amazing from Lord of the Rings, Dracula's ring, from the original Dracula. Maybe something from the set of the original Frankenstein, just really valuable. Something from Jaws that was very valuable, or Citizen Kane, or other horror movies. The Robot from Forbidden Planet, and it was stolen by a gang of fans. And then we would get, one of us would get blamed for it, like maybe Kane would get blamed for it or something. And we would all band together and solve it, almost like an Agatha Christie mystery, horror mystery. But that one never happened either. And we were going to shoot that, like, with VIP fans. That was the idea, that VIP fans had been invited to an old castle where we all were to see these, rare antiques. And we would all spend the weekend fishing and talking and drinking and riding horses on some beautiful castle in Ireland or somewhere. That movie never happened, and so I'm upset. But they never sent me a script. So Death House, no, I'm not part of that. Not part of it at all so far. Maybe they're not shooting. Maybe that's just another bad rumor. But you have to be real careful with the internet. So for everything that's right, there's something wrong. Yeah. In journalism, some of you may work as journalists, bloggers, some of you may write reviews. In America, even a newspaper or a magazine that you don't like, let's say you don't agree with their politics, but they still have to do 5 checks. Who, what, when, where, why. And for everything they print, they have to have 3 sources. Not 1, 3. Anything you say. If I say the sun is coming out tomorrow, I have to have 3 sources. And that's not true on the internet. That's why you have to be so careful. People have confused truth with opinion. Opinion is how you feel about something. I might feel this girl's beautiful, but maybe she's a horrible person. Maybe she just murdered her. Maybe he's dead out there sticking up a car in the parking lot. But I feel she's beautiful. But that's not a fact. That's just a feeling. An opinion is not a fact. So anyway, more questions.